Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fabulous Monday. Today I'm coming at you with another Minks Monday Q&A, so grab your favorite tea, let's get your favorite coffee, and let's get to chatting, shall we? With the very first question from Fashion Lust. I'm thinking about getting a Louis Vuitton Eden MM. What are your thoughts on this bag? Is it worth the money? The Eden MM retails for $28.60 here in the States, and it is considered a crossbody bag. However, there are three different ways that you can carry it. Obviously crossbody, you can carry it on your shoulder, or you can hand carry it. It is very similar to the Pochette Métis, but obviously with a higher price tag. It also features leather gussets on the side, and whatever color the leather gussets on the side are, that's the matching microfiber lining on the inside. It has the same, pretty much the same pockets as the Métis, and it also has a smaller vachetta tab on the bottom, which has 4 feet. And it also measures 12.2 inches in length versus the Pochette Métis, which is 10 inches in length. And this is another one of those bags. When I first saw it, I wasn't crazy about it, especially because the small leather handle is for you to be able to hand carry it. It's extremely small and it's off to one side, so it kind of reminds me of the new Speedy by Louis Vuitton. But it at the same time, it has a lot of luxurious features. The leather, it still has the microfiber lining, but it's somewhat of a smaller bag, but not really, because like I said, it's 2.2 inches longer than the Pochette Métis, and it's just it's a different bag. I mean, you don't see the Eden too much. Even when I looked it up on YouTube, I saw maybe 2 reviews on it, so there's not much out there. So if you want a crossbody bag that not everyone has, I think the Eden is a great way to go, especially if you're looking to invest a little bit more money. But like I said, you are getting a little bit more, especially because of the leather. You're pretty much paying the difference of the leather, and obviously you get the feet. So I'm kind of on the fence as far as whether or not it's worth the money. Some parts of me say it does because, as I said before, it has all those luxurious features, but at the same time, it's almost a $3,000 bag. That's about, I mean, 12.2 inches. So it's give and take. However, I do have to say that when you, like I said, you are able to carry it on your shoulder, it's very appealing as a shoulder bag. There's just something about it. But at the same time, again, I'm going back and forth with the pros and cons. It reminds me a lot of the croissant that I had, and it has a little bit of that moon shape to it. And even though it is appealing, however, you're not able to fit as much in there. So that's kind of something that is a turnoff for me. So I'm on the fence about it. I like the features of it. I don't think it might be as functional for me anyways. But if you want something different, if you really want a crossbody bag that you can wear various ways, I think the Eden might be a great way to go. However, as I said before, it is quite the investment. Okay, Nikav 5, and I know I'm saying this wrong. I apologize how I'm pronouncing the name. I'm looking and loving the Turenne PM more and more, but I already have a Speedy and Monogram. Do you think they are too similar to have them both? I do not. The Turenne PM retails for $1,500 here in the States. And it actually but it replaced the Palermo. So obviously, to me, it looks more like the Palermo. It has that same kind of features. It also reminds me of a Totally because of the sides. However, I don't feel that it looks anything like a Speedy. And if you have a Speedy, the Turenne, I mean, they're 2 different silhouettes, and I think you can fit pretty much the same in both. But I think the Turenne is it's becoming extremely popular, even more so these last couple of months. And I think it's a great bag, especially if you want something that you can carry crossbody and you don't want to get a Speedy bandolier, because as you said, you already have the Speedy. So the Turenne might be a good way to go, definitely. Okay, Carla Rojas. Hi, Minnie. My question is about the Louis Vuitton Monogram Empreinte Lumineuse PM. What do you think about this bag? This bag retails for $28.20 here in the States, and it is all empreinte leather, and it has the striped textile lining on the inside, and it is also a crossbody bag as well as a shoulder bag. And there's 2 things that I really don't like about it. I don't like the fact that it has the crossbody strap, as you guys know, so I'm a little bit biased for that. Another thing that's kind of it's kind of weird for me is how long the pull leather tabs are. Usually if you have a leather tab, I mean, for me, if it's about this big, that's fine. But the Lumineuse has, I mean, a really long pull tab. So I don't know why that is. And it also has a D-ring. It's similar to a D-ring on the front of the bag, right below the pocket. It has a really small pocket in the front. And it really, unless I'm crazy, I don't know, you guys let me know. To me, it serves no purpose. I would never put bag charms on it, especially being that low. And sometimes it reminds me of, you know, the bowls that, or back in the day when they put the ring on the bowls. That's what it reminds me of. Every time I see the bag, the first thing that draws my eye is that ring. So there's a few features on the outside that I'm not crazy about. Obviously, it is as big. It's pretty similar to a Neverfull. And I have heard a lot of people say that it tends to get heavy and lose its shape. And for that amount of money, I would want something a little bit more structured. So I am not too big of a fan of it. I do love the Empreinte leather, but there's just something about that bag that's, I don't know, I go back and forth. I know I keep going back and forth on all these bags, but it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Every time I fall in love with a feature, then I find something else about it that I don't like. So I'm not crazy about it, no. Okay, Alex Sinfuegos. What do you think about the waterproof Keepall? Should I get it? Well, the waterproof Keepall, and I did not write the price on here. I know it retails for, I think it's like $2,400, something like that. But I think if the waterproof Keepall is, if you tend to travel quite a bit and you are not a fan of Damier Ebene and you want, you know, you like Louis Vuitton, you like the luxurious things, and you don't want to worry about the vachetta getting ruined, especially if you're traveling somewhere where it rains a lot, or if in general you live somewhere where the weather is extremely unpredictable and you like to, you know, you travel a lot or you go on road trips and you do stuff like that. I think that the Keepall, the waterproof Keepall is a great way to go. You don't have to worry about the vachetta. You don't have to worry about, obviously, if you're not a fan of the Damier Ebene print, which is already in itself one of the best prints for unpredictable weather, and you want that monogram look, I think that is a great way to go. It is a little bit pricier, but then again, you're paying, well, you're getting that safe assurance that nothing will happen to it. It can literally be raining cats and dogs, and absolutely nothing will happen to the inside of the bag. So that's a good thing. You don't have to worry about the hardware rusting or anything like that. They really put a lot of innovative ideas into this bag to make sure that this is the ultimate traveler's Keepall. So if you're that type of traveler and you want to make sure you have, you know, you can rest assured, I think that the waterproof Keepall is a great way to go. Otherwise, I think that the other ones are just fine. Okay. Lady Susan Jane. Hi, men. I know you don't love a bag twilly, but I'm thinking about one. Do I stick an LV on an LV bag or go with Hermes, with an Hermes one instead? Should I stay with the same brand? What are your thoughts? If I was to use a twilly, I would want to stick to the same brand. I just think it looks better, especially, you know, if you're rocking. For the most part, a lot of people, like I said, tend to use twillies to cover up the vachetta on bags or pretty much any handles on any bag. And I just think it looks better. I don't know, that's just me. But at the same time, I mix and match different brands all the time. It's just a matter of preference. My personal preference, I would rather stick the same bag with the same twilly. Okay. Angela Graham, could you please do a video showing how you store higher end jewelry? Love your jewelry setup in the background, but just curious how you store more expensive jewelry. So obviously, I did change around my room a little bit, and I have, like I can't even talk. I showed you guys the Michael's little, necklace things that I picked up, and I put them up there on the top, and this is pretty much all my jewelry, just those two for fashion jewelry. I have another white setup that I used to have in the background on this wall, but I also have, I told you guys, I'm a little crazy when it comes to jewelry accessories because I cannot pass them up. I have a I'd say maybe like a 5 foot, yeah, 5 foot jewelry mirror armoire that I'm looking at. It's in the corner of my room, and that's pretty much where I store all of my, my near and dear to my heart jewelry, or my expensive jewelry. I put it over there, and then I know. I also have a little column with a small jewelry box that my hubby gave me with an inscription on it, and I just have my, my rings on there. I have either the watch that I'm wearing for the week or the day, and a few studs on there. But for the most part, if you were to walk into my room, you'd see jewelry everywhere. Mostly I have fashion jewelry, but that giant armoire is where I keep most of my expensive items. I know, every time my mom walks in here, she's just like, oh my God, Minnie, you have so much stuff. I don't know. It's not my fault. Okay, Rachel R. If you had the chance to meet one celebrity in the world, who would it be? In the past, I said that I wanted to meet, older, like Betty Davis and people like that. But to be honest, I don't know. I don't think, especially now, I mean, as far as whoever's living now, I don't think I don't think I'd want to, I don't give it very much importance. I don't think, if I saw a celebrity, I wouldn't go over there and just say, oh, I don't get starstruck very easily. But yeah, I don't think anybody really, I don't know. I have no idea. Is that bad? I can't think of like one particular person that I'm just like, I have to meet this person. I don't. No, how boring. How freaking boring. I don't. But I will keep thinking about it. And if I remember, or if I, I'll tell you guys next week. But yeah, as of right now, I can't think of anybody. That's bad. That is bad. Okay. Kill Sagst. I'm so sorry. Have you ever had Lumpia? Yes, I have. One of my coworkers, when we got married, when Robert and I got married, she brought Lumpia to our work, and she just said, this is just my way of saying congratulations, and she pretty much fed everybody that worked there. And I like Lumpia. I absolutely love Lumpia. But yeah, I've had it, and I wish I could have it again where, I've been to a few places where it's not as good as when she made it. But yeah, I'm a fan of Lumpia. And if I'm not mistaken, it is a food from the Philippines, and it is very, very good. They're like little egg rolls, but oh my gosh, they have so much flavor. So yeah, I'm a fan. Okay, GCBY Cat. Canvas cracking. What can my friend do about it on her Estrella? Nothing. Actually, once canvas cracks, there is nothing you can do about it. That is the one thing that Louis Vuitton will not repair. So it's pretty bad. You can pretty much replace anything. You can replace rivets. You can replace leather trimmings, leather tabs, stuff like that. But the canvas cracking is one thing that they do not do, unfortunately. So yeah, that's, sorry to say that. Okay. Yarza Iris, what is your opinion on the Louis Vuitton W bag? I'm thinking about getting it. The W bag is a very different bag, and it has quite a price tag. There's two different ones, and they retail for $4,600 and $4,850, if I'm not mistaken, here in the States. And it is a W tote, and they call it the W tote, or the W bag, because it looks like a W when you first see it. It has that same silhouette, and it has very, very supple leather. And, but yet it keeps its structure. So I am a big fan of the W bag. It is one of those, bags that you don't see too often. Well, where I live, I don't see it too often. I'm sure maybe major cities have them, or most people see them in major cities. My goodness. But I think I'm a big fan of the bag. There's just something about it. I especially like it when they have, I think it's like the velvet LV, the monogram on the side. I don't know, but there's different colors that you can get. And I wrote down something else on here. Yes, I did write. It has a sophisticated look. That's actually the first way that I described it. It's just a different bag. It has that supple leather. It is a beautiful bag, and I am a major fan of it. And it does have a few pockets on the inside, and I just, oh my goodness, I'm in love. I'm in love with that bag. So yes, I say if you're going to go again for a big investment piece and something that not everyone has, the W bag is a great way to go. Okay, Adrienne DeWild. I have been going back and forth for months deciding between the Neverfull MM and the GM. I'm debating between the Pavillon lining or the traditional tan lining. What is your advice? I'm 5'2" and 130 pounds, so of course most would say the MM. Yes, again, it's a matter of preference. I've seen a lot of smaller, a lot more petite people with GM bags, the GM Neverfull, and I've also seen them with the MM. And to me, I think that the MM is a little bit more appealing. You're able to fit quite a bit in there. I know, I think from what you said in your comment, that you're afraid that you're not going to be able to fit as much, but definitely you can. You can put a laptop in there. You can put obviously your iPad. You can fit so much on there, and you don't have to. Obviously, the more you fit in there, the heavier it'll get. But you can fit so much in there, and even sometimes when I try to fill it to the brim, I can't because there's still that much more space. So I think the MM is a great way to go. And as far as the lining goes, if you go with the tan, it's obviously a little bit more safer. You don't have to worry about color transfer. If you did get a colored lining, you have to worry about the color transfer, especially if you have demi-azur pieces. And even though it might not seem like a very dark color, if you have, like I told you guys before in the past, I had a cosmetic pouch in the demi-azur, and I had it in my bag for like a day, and I had it in my Damier Ben Speedy, and it just started rubbing, and then I ended up with pink corners on the side. So if you don't have any demi-azur pieces and you just want to go with, what's it called? If you want a little bit of color, I think that the colored lining is a good way to go. My goodness, I don't know why I'm having brain farts today. But if you want to be a little bit safer, obviously the tan lining is always a good option. Yeah, so either one, it's all a matter of preference, but I personally say that you should go with the MM size. Okay, Fiji Chick. I'm thinking about getting a Damier Ben or Epi bag, or an all-weather bag. Other than the Speedy or Neverfull, in your opinion, what bag can hold as much as a Speedy and the Neverfull, but isn't mono? So I would like something that I can hand carry or carry over my shoulder. Tough question, LOL. Actually, the first thing that I wrote down when I first read this question was the Portobello. The Portobello is a shoulder bag. Obviously, you can carry it on your shoulder. You can hand carry it if you don't want to carry it that way. But I do have to say that if you wanted to go with a Damier Ben, obviously there's a few others out there, but for me, my preference is the Portobello. The Regia, I told you guys before, it seems a little bit uncomfortable, especially because of the edges of the shoulder strap. But the Portobello, the reason why I fell in love with it, number one, it has a zipper, so you don't have to worry. You have sense of security, and you don't have to worry about people, sticking their hands in there. Or if you're caught in the rain, you don't have to worry about your items getting soaked. Another great reason about the Portobello is because it is a shoulder bag. If you have to carry your umbrella, you can do that. Obviously, if you have a hand carry bag and you get stuck in the rain, it's quite a process to be able to hold an umbrella, and then you have your handbag here. Obviously, it's easy, but I'm just saying if you want to be able to be hands-free, I think a shoulder Damier Ben bag is the best way to go, and the Portobello would be my preference. It's a very simple bag too. There's not much to it, but it definitely fits a ton. So I do like the bag. I'm And I'm not going to lie, I was looking at the bag the other day. And the more and more I see it's one of those again that I'm just, actually when I first saw it, I fell in love with it. But yeah, I was looking at it online and I'm thinking, I really want a shoulder, you know, Dame Ben bag with a zipper, and the Portobello was there. Okay, Cynthia Chester. She has 3 questions. Number 1, I went to the store to purchase an Alma bag in black epi leather black epi leather. The essay said the PM is best suited for petite ladies. Should I go with the MM size? What do you think about the proportions? Well, I am 5 foot whatever, 5'5" or whatever it is. I know every time I talk about my height, let's just go with the one that I got the last time I went to the doctor. I'm 5'5". I am a little bit on the curvilicious side, and you know what? I have no problem wearing my PM Almas. And I can see where the essay might think that the PM size is better for petite ladies, but my first question is, why is the essay telling you that is she trying to say something? I mean, if someone told me, hey, you know, I think it's better for smaller people, I'd tell them, what the heck are you trying to tell me? First of all, I'm going to get what I want. And I think the proportions, I think the PM size is fine. Like I said, I'm a little bit on the curvilicious side, and I have 3 Alma PMs, and I'm okay with the size. The MM is obviously a little bit bigger, but it tends, for me, when I carry it on the crook of my arm, I'm always worried that I will, you know, bounce or not, that I'll, you know, knock stuff around when I'm at the store. And the GM obviously is very big, but I think the PM size is fine. I don't think, I mean, if you go any bigger with the MM, it tends to get a little bit heavier, and especially with the epi leather, because it is all leather. And no, I think the PM fits pretty much all of your daily essentials. You can fit quite a bit in there, and no. I think you're fine with the PM size. I don't think you have to be any one size to fit into any bag. Like I said earlier with the Neverfull, I've seen a lot of petite ladies with the GM because they like the bigger bags. So it's all on preference, and no, shame on that essay for saying that. But you know what? I would have gotten the PM right there and said, you know what? I'm going to get the PM. Okay, question number 2. I bought the Retiro NM, and I'm buying the Sarah wallet in black epi, in black. Should I get epi or Empreinte? I would probably go for the Empreinte because of the leather on the Retiro. It's a very soft leather, and I think the Empreinte would complement it a little bit better. And question number 3, do you have issues mixing hardwares? Not at all. For the most part, sometimes I try to stick to, you know, gold tone hardware with gold tone hardware. But if I really want to use a piece that has gold tone hardware in it, and I'm using it, for example, in my Chanel GST, the beige one with the silver hardware, I will do it. I have no problem with that. I sometimes think it's a little bit funner to just mix and match different metals, different hardwares, different prints. I even do that with my jewelry. So not at all. I think it's whatever you feel like using that day, and whatever makes you happy when you look down in that bag. Okay, and the very last question is from Morel Alcori. I'm so sorry. I need help deciding on which bag I should get next. I have the Neverfull Mono in GM and an Alma PM Vernis in turquoise, but I've been eyeing the Neverfull MM in mono with the pink interior and the Alma PM in pistache in epi leather. What bag should I get? Okay, so you already have the Neverfull in the monogram print in the GM. So you're thinking if you should get the MM with a pink colored interior. I personally wouldn't do that. Just because, for the same reason that I got rid of the Speedy 35 that I had in monogram. I knew I wanted to get a mono, and I knew if I had both of them, I would end up sticking more towards one than the other. So if you have 2 of pretty much the same bag and the same print with just different colored interiors, And obviously one is MM and one is GM. I still think it's a little too similar. And as far as the Alma PM that you have in Vernis Turquoise, which is gorgeous, I honestly think I would go with the pistache. Just pistache, because it's an epi leather, so you don't have epi. You already have the Vernis, you already have the canvas, so get a different leather. And if you live somewhere where it's sunny all the time, it's a great summer bag, great spring bag. Or if you live somewhere where it rains a lot, I think that the epi, because it has that very durable leather, you can use it anywhere. So it would bring sunshine to you no matter where you are. Like I said, depending upon where you live, even if you live somewhere where it rains a lot or it's very cloudy, it brings quite a ray of sunshine just holding that bag or using that bag. And it's a very different color. Again, it's not a bag that you see too often, so it adds that little bit of, oh, what is she wearing? So I think that's fun. You want a fun color. It seems that you like fun colors. You have the turquoise Alma in Vernis, and you don't go with the safe color, so go with the pistache. I think, yeah, it's definitely a great option. But that is all the questions, you guys. Thank you so much for all the wonderful, wonderful questions, and I did have to answer a few online, so if you did not hear it here today, I did answer you, especially if it's something that I've answered in the past. I will end up responding to it online versus doing it on here. But yes, that is all I have for you guys. I have a little bit of different videos coming for you this week. Tomorrow I will be filming a wear and tear on Prada Saffiano leather. So I can't wait to give you my thoughts on that. And what else? I haven't decided what I'm going to do for Wednesday, but we'll see. But anyways, that's all I have, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.